Imagine seeing a tiny camper tricycle rolling down the road and then discovering that the entire setup costs only around $199. At first, it looks almost too small to be useful. But once you take a closer look, this unusual three-wheel camper starts to make a lot more sense. It is designed around one simple idea: create a tiny mobile shelter using the least amount of space, weight, and money possible. From the outside, the design immediately grabs attention. Instead of looking like a traditional motorhome, this camper combines the compact shape of a bicycle or tricycle with a small enclosed living compartment. The three-wheel layout gives it a surprisingly practical footprint, while the lightweight construction makes the whole concept much easier to move than a conventional camper. There is no huge engine, no oversized body, and no complicated luxury equipment. Everything is focused on basic mobility and compact living. The first thing that shocks people is the size. You might wonder how anyone could possibly live or even sleep inside something this tiny. But the secret is smart use of every available inch. The interior is not about having a large living room. Instead, it is about creating a protected personal space where the most important necessities can fit. Step inside, and you can find a surprisingly useful sleeping area. Depending on the exact build, the space can be arranged with a compact mattress or sleeping platform, allowing the camper to transform into a tiny bedroom at night. During the day, the same area can potentially be used for sitting, relaxing, storing equipment, or organizing personal belongings. Storage is another important part of the design. In a tiny camper, every centimeter matters. Small shelves, compartments, bags, or underbed storage can make a huge difference. Instead of carrying large cabinets and heavy furniture, the concept relies on lightweight storage solutions that keep essential items organized without wasting valuable space. And then there is the biggest advantage: mobility. A traditional house stays in one place, while a conventional motorhome can be expensive to buy, fuel, maintain, and park. This tiny camper tricycle takes a completely different approach. Its compact dimensions mean it can potentially reach places that larger vehicles simply cannot. Narrow paths, small streets, and compact parking areas become much easier to navigate. The low-cost idea is what makes this concept especially interesting. At a claimed price around $199, this should not be compared directly with a professionally manufactured recreational vehicle. A real-world build at this price would likely require extremely basic materials, recycled components, or significant DIY work. The actual cost can vary depending on the frame, wheels, enclosure, mattress, electrical equipment, tools, and other materials used. But that is also where the creativity comes in. A project like this is less about luxury and more about proving that a useful shelter can be created from limited resources. Someone with mechanical skills could potentially modify the design, improve the insulation, add better storage, install simple lighting, or even incorporate a small solar charging system. The sleeping area is probably the most surprising feature because it changes the entire purpose of the vehicle. Once a moving tricycle becomes capable of carrying a person and providing an enclosed place to sleep, it becomes more than just transportation. It becomes a tiny mobile shelter. Of course, there are important limitations. A camper this small will not provide the comfort of a normal house or even a large RV. Space is extremely limited. Standing room may not be available, cooking facilities could be minimal, and bathroom facilities would almost certainly require an external solution. Weather protection, ventilation, security, weight distribution, and road safety also need serious consideration. The three-wheel design must be stable and properly balanced, especially when carrying a person and camping equipment. Brakes, tires, steering, frame strength, visibility, and lighting are all critical. If the camper is intended for public roads, local traffic regulations and safety requirements also need to be followed. Another interesting possibility is customization. Because the basic concept is so small, owners can adapt it to their own needs. One person might prioritize a comfortable sleeping platform. Another might add more storage. Someone else could focus on solar power, LED lighting, USB charging, or a compact cooking setup. The goal is not to copy one exact design, but to make a tiny space work efficiently.